I say, have you heard about this new BBC?
Yeah, there was something about it in the newspaper.
Well, what is it precisely?
Oh, it's to do with the wires. It lets you listen to people who aren't there.
Wireless? Listen to people who aren't there? I can't keep up with all this newfangled modern technology. You'll never catch on. You know, I've only just found out about it, but I already hate it. More than anything I've ever hated in my life. I shall write a letter to the Telegraph readers' pages.
Morris, my dear fellow, wires were a distinguished newspaper, like the Telegraph, which, I might add, has just been described by someone whose name, what's more, just been regarded as a national treasure. Why would a paper like that waste colleges in complaining about the BBC?
Good evening.
Pardon me, my dear.
Yes?
The Linden is a gentleman's club. You must have sort of wandered in through the wrong door by mistake.
I assure you there's no mistake. Indeed, I have the honour of being the first woman member of your club.
Women? The Linden? Outrageous. First the BBC, and now this. This is the way the world is heading. You can count me out. I say count me out.
Morris, calm down.
I shouldn't be in front of a lady. That's the point, you old goat. There'll be another letter to the Telegraph about this.
Merry Christmas to you too.
Oh, don't you worry about all that. Come. He's always right. He's a telegraph. Have a seat. Can I get you a drink?
Not
Are you sure? Or Edward Kent?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Kemp, for being the first and only person in here to show me some courtesy.
Oh, well, I know only too well what it's like to be a stranger in a hostile place.
Oh, really?
Yes, you don't really hear about that now, not on Christmas Eve.
Well, if you've got...
Oh, well, if you really want. Settle in, my dear, settle in. Now, my story is one of sorrow, but one of horror, 1 hour about 10 minutes, no interval. I'm sure you won't have that.
Well, perhaps I will, yes.
On a cold night like this, there's nothing like a little drop of this.
Thank you.
And happy. So as I was saying, it's one of sorrow, one of horror, and it all began many years ago when I was a young man. well, not that young. It all began, as I say, when I was a young man. That's more like it. The year was 1876. I'd just taken up employment at a small but well-regarded law firm on the Strand. And for my first case, I was sent to the country to settle the estate of one Eliza Fury. She lived in the most cursed, fearful, terrible place in all God's kingdom.
Sunbridge Wells?
Well, the second most terrible place. It was a busy December night, rather like this one, when I arrived at that fateful village. A village deep in remotest Sussex. The village of Etchingham.
Yeah. Have you heard about this new telephone?
I read something about it in the paper the other day.
Well, what is it precisely?
Well, it's all to do with wires. It lets you listen to people who aren't there.
Wires? Listen to people what ain't there? I can't keep up with this newfangled modern technology. It'll never catch on. I've only just heard about it. But I already hate this here telephone more than anything I've hated in my life.
Back! Back, I say! Oh! Back! Oh, I'm trying, madam, but you followed me in here and you keep...
Hey! Looks like the circus has arrived early.
Horace, lend a hand.
Ah, come on then, come on. Get out of it. Go on.
Welcome to the bistro, young man. We haven't seen you around here before.
Oh, you're quite correct, madam. I've just arrived by train, rather a lot later than I'd hoped, I'm afraid. I had to get a replacement stagecoach between Tunbridge and Wadhurst.
That's what you get for travelling on a weekend.
Oh, so it works on time during the week? Well, I was meant to meet one Molly Mildew here, but I don't see many of the fairer sex around.
Well, what can I get you while you wait?
Oh, goodness, how very kind. Well, I think I'll have a coffee, please.
You can't get a coffee at the bistro.
Get yourself a real drink, a Harvey's.
A Harvey's, eh? What's that like?
Well, it's like us, strong. Noble. Get up.
Just a Harvey's, please. Thank you very much, madam. May I join you, gentlemen? To new friendships, eh?
They won't be drugged. Where are you from then, outsider?
I'm from London. I see you've heard of it.
We don't like your London ways.
Yeah, why is your trains underground? What are they going to hide?
We're not here to cause trouble, lad.
Oh, no, I mean no harm. I'm a lawyer.
Ah, can't make up his mind, eh?
Yeah, don't want to They call us the potholes.
Why do they call you the potholes?
We cause chaos all over Sussex. Everyone hates us, but nobody does anything to get rid of us. My name's Horace. This here is Mac the Knife. Knife the Mac. And the toughest of them all, Pray tell me, Mr. Lawyer from London, what brings you to our village?
Well, my name is Edward Kempster, and I'm settling the affairs on an estate. Perhaps you gentlemen have heard of it. Burg Hill House.
I don't think you should be sitting with us any longer.
Well, look, I say, I'm sorry if I said something to offend.
I said it's time for you to leave.
Keep your nose out of our business. Do you hear?
Madam, if I may, it's late. May I rent a room for the night?
No.
No.
No room at the inn.
Golly, how very Christmassy. Perhaps I should go to the stable and lie down with your delightful ass.
Take this. Oh, he met the donkey.
Oh, dearie me! What a frightful brawl! Men become such beasts after a few hardies. Now, you should stick to Clarice and Alice Mead if you want my advice. Say, you don't happen to be that London lawyer fella by any chance?
Oh, yes, but how did you... Oh! You must be Mrs. Mildew, the housekeeper for Miss Bewley.
Oh, former housekeeper, sir. Major Whitespanner is my master now and has been for some time.
Very well met, madam. And yet, on the subject of time, I cannot but observe that the hour grows late. Might we venture now to Burg Hill House?
Oh, no, sir, no. No, we can't go now. Oh, no, I need to get back to rub my master's brass work.
Mrs. Mildew, what you do in the privacy of your own household is none of my concern. But I must insist that we go to Burg Hill House straight away. Miss Bewley's affairs need sorting. I can only spend a few days in Etchingham. I can pay you handsomely.
Oh, well, I suppose if we go right away.
Capital.
I followed you up the Burg Hill. She was silent as she trudged ahead of me in the snow. Her hair glistening like a moustache after a sneeze. When we reached the home of the departed Eliza Bewley, light was slipping away.
Goodness, it's unlocked.
Oh, there's no need to lock it, sir. No one dares come near this house.
Oh, yes, quite. Well, thank you very much for leading me here, Mrs. Mildew. I'm sure from here I can locate the bedroom.
The bedroom? Sir, surely you don't mean you intend to stay the night here?
Why ever not? As I said, Miss Bewley's affairs need sorting, and it seems to me I may as well work where I sleep. Lots of people work from home these days, you know.
Oh, sir, please, I beg you, heed my warning. There is great evil in this house.
A carpeted bathroom.
No, much worse.
Chintz.
Oh, sir. Oh, please, sir. Please, you can't say I haven't tried to
and retired upstairs. I found the bedroom most satisfactory. Chief by its charms was a splendid but neglected standing clock. Its face was so crusty and brown with dirt I could hardly make out the hands.
What a fine specimen. That's better. Though, I think what it needs is a good wine. No, rats. Still nothing. Maybe one really good, hard kick should do the job, eh?
Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock.
Capital. Now, let's see. Eliza Bewley. Well, never married. Lived a whole life here in Burkill House. It seems her only constant figures in her life were Mrs. Mildew, the housekeeper, and one Mr. and Mrs. Marr of Dudwell Manor. And then she died. Quite unexpectedly. 10 years ago.
Dong, dong, dong.
Oh, goodness. Oh, 3 in the morning.
Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick.
Oh, they came from outside. Hello? Hello, is anyone out there? Hello? That wasn't you, was it? No? All right? What a fool am I? Jumping at nighttime noises like a child when surely what I heard must have been the howling wind or a pair of amorous foxes. Oh, coming.
I said, have you been upsetting my servants, eh?
Excuse me?
My housekeeper got back last night in a flat, muttering all sorts of nonsense. Why, she couldn't even rub my brassworks. To my satisfaction.
Oh, you must be Major White Splunker.
White Spanner, sir. White Spanner. Major Thomas White Spanner. Royal Sussex Regiment, don't you know? And you, I gather, are Edward Kemp from London. Well, Emmas, answer me this. What the blazes have you been saying to my housekeeper? She's more spooked than an old Hobovian waking up on Eton's cricket pitch.
Major, I tell you in all honesty, I said nothing to Mrs. Mildew except that I would spend the night here in Burghill House. In truth, sir, I find that everyone in this village behaves terribly strangely at the merest mention of this house or of Eliza Bewley.
You don't know the half of it. Every soul in this village is consumed by ignorance and fear.
I say it's a bit much. They paid a tenant to be here.
But Major, what do they believe about this house?
I couldn't very well tell you. No one wants to talk about it.
Well, I tell you, Major, that I intend to discover all I can about Eliza Bewley and why this village lives in fear of her name. This morning, I will head across the estate to Dudwell Manor to speak with Mr. and Mrs. Marr, who, as far as I can discern, were the only friends that Eliza Bewley had in Etchingham.
You won't find Boris Marr in Dublin Manor. He copped it a few years ago. Still, Mrs. Marr might be worth talking to. Meet me at the bistro at 1500 hours.
Excuse me?
That's it, man. A soft London boy like you doesn't have the resources to get to the bottom of this beauty business alone. What you need is someone of courage, determination, and fine mutton chops. It pains me to see superstition hanging over Etchingham, a village I've invested so much in.
Capital?
Well, yes, investment, as I say. Right, we had better get going. I will carry out my own inquiries, and later we can corroborate our information.
Oh, well, Major, I cannot tell you how grateful I am for all the help you can give. You know what they say, no man is an island.
Except the Isle of Man.
And with that small secretary, we parted. I walked across the grounds of Berg Hill House towards Studwell Manor. On the morning sun, I laughed aloud. Laughed aloud.
Ha ha ha!
Recall my food the night before.
What?
Mrs. Marr, I presume?
Who's asking?
I represent the interests of truth and justice.
Oh, good. I thought you were the police.
Mrs. Marr, if I may, my name is Edward Kemp. I'm a lawyer from London, and I would like to ask you a few questions about Eliza Bewley.
Oh, why don't you leave well enough alone? Lord knows how I've suffered since I lost my Boris. And now you come in here stirring things up.
Who is it?
Go back inside, Tabitha. This gentleman was just leaving.
No, Mrs. Marr, please, I will take my leave in a moment, but first, please, tell me, how did Eliza Bewley die? Oh, you must tell me. If not for my sake, then for the sake of moving the plot along.
Oh, fine. It was 10 years ago this month. She awoke in the early hours. She realised she had left her washing on the line, you see. So she went outside to retrieve her linen when the most awful gust blew up. One bedsheet wrapped around her entire body. Her sheets were not 100% Egyptian cotton. Yes, she suffocated inside that polyester cocoon.
Good Lord. So the poor woman was...
Completely sheet-faced. Yes, the sheet had even tried to force its way down her throat.
Are you saying she was full of sheet?
Yes. Yes, the coroner even said that she had even tried to chew her way through it, but the polyester was just too strong.
Tough sheet. But, Mrs. Marr, why do the village fear her name so?
I've already said too much. Go now, before I set the dogs on you.
Mrs. Marr! Rat. Now there's a how do you do, eh? Mrs. Bewley? What? Mrs. Bewley? Miss Bewley? Come back, please. Come. Miss Bewley? Oh. Hello. Tabitha, wasn't it? Tabitha, did you see a lady here just now? She was, well, she was wearing a sheet on her head.
Mummy told me not to talk to people about her.
Oh, she did she?
My mummy's not very nice. She's very good.
Oh, Tabitha, you mustn't say such things. Even if your mother is a tad severe, I'm sure she loves you very much.
You're the silly man from London.
Yes, that's me, I suppose.
Mummy told me you're here to cause all kind of trouble.
Tabitha, I promise, I'm not looking for trouble.
That doesn't mean you won't find it. Beware Eliza Bewley, the ghost atop the hill. Her eyes can see right through thee. She'll bend thee to her will. Beware Eliza. Sheets wrapped around her head. If any man does spy her, another jots I'm dead.
Golly. One day that child's going to make a therapist very rich indeed.
As I walked through this road, my mind turned like the veins of a wind powered turbine, chopping my sparrow-like thoughts into bloody pieces. Outside Mrs. Marr's house, I had seen Eliza as clearly as I see her. If the woman was indeed dead, then what I had seen was impossible. Only two of the conclusions were therefore compatible with the rational mind. Conclusion one,
faking it. Eliza Bewley, she faked her own death, and now she's living in secret with Mrs. Marr.
Oh, no.
Why would she fake her own death?
Oh, Major, take it from a lawyer. You'll be amazed at the lengths people would go to. Who knows what dark secrets Eliza Bewley was hiding?
By Jove, if what you say is correct, that means she's been deceiving the entire village for 10 years. I shall see to it that she faces punishment.
Capital.
Oh, that's a tad harsh.
Please, sirs, please, will you stop going down this path?
You get a hold of yourself, woman.
Oh, you're right about one thing, though, sir. Eliza Bewley did have a terrible secret.
And what was that secret, Mrs. Mildew?
Oh, I can't say, sir. No. She made me swear. Oh, when it were not so. But know this, sir. My poor mistress, she died in such anger and sorrow. Oh, it breaks my heart to think of it. Oh, and that's why her phantom haunts this village. She's placed Etchingham under a curse. Why else would the Flower and Dog Show be cancelled for 3 years?
Mrs. Mildew, I hardly think that...
3 years. No man, it is said, can lay eyes upon her. If they do, death befalls someone they know before the day is through.
Balderdash.
Mrs. Mildew, I can put rest to such superstitions, for no tragedy has befallen anyone I know, and I saw the so-called ghost of Eliza Bewley this very morning.
What? You saw her? Ah! Oh!
Oh, good Lord, she's fainted!
Jilly, bring me your strongly brandy, quickly.
Oh.
Well, don't stand around. Julie, can't you see a woman's face?
Come on, Bobby. Molly.
Up you sit.
Up you get.
Up you sit.
Oh.
Well. Still poking around where you're not wanted, eh?
Oh, not again. Why do these potholes keep coming back?
That's a good question, actually.
Oh, you lot better keep your distance from us, or I'll report you to the Rother District Council.
You won't get rid of potholes that easily. We're not going to be insulted by someone whose wit's duller than a day in Heathfield. You just don't know when to stop, do you? Neither did your barber. Right, that's it. Come. Stop. I don't want to have it. Let go. Let go of me. Oh.
Enough. No more fighting, no more fainting, and no more innuendo.
Yeah. Sorry, Julie.
Yeah, sorry, Julie.
Why don't we again, Julie?
Are you feeling better?
Cursed! He's cursed! He's
Mrs.
cursed!
Mildew, sorry, I didn't mean... Oh.
Go after her, Horace. Make sure she's all right.
Come on, lads. Come. Get it.
Oh dear. Well, that could have gone better, I feel.
Cheer up, old sport. While you were lollygagging with that sour lemon Mrs. Marr, I carried out my own inquiries with Davy Duke, village graveyard. He's agreed to meet us here later this evening. He's a bit of an oddity, and he doesn't sound spaced out, and he speaks in riddles. But 10 years ago, he dug Eliza Bewley's grave.
So he'll know the truth! That the grave is empty! Oh, thank you, Major, thank you!
We'll hound the truth until we catch it, young Clippers, even if we have to go all the way to New Zealand.
Capital.
Wellington, isn't it? Davy, old boy, good to see you. And Rebel. Hello, Rebel. Yes, Dad's got your good girl. You are.
She got a turned up
Oh,
nose!
say, down, girl, down.
Last orders, gents, last orders.
Can I buy you a drink? Julie, 3 Harveys. Can I introduce you to a friend of mine, Edward Kemp? He's a renowned lawyer from London.
You're a juvenile success.
Oh, well, that's leg is all a bit thick.
That'll be threepence, Major.
Can I make a contactless payment, Julie? Hey, Dale!
We can be heroes just for one day.
Oh, yeah. My good sir, I will not conceal the motive of our meeting with you, nor waste your time. You must remember Eliza Bewley. She lived up at Burghill House and was friends with Mrs. Mark of Dudwell Manor. And then she died 10 years ago in the most terrible circumstances.
It's a god-awful small affair.
Quite so, quite so. And you dug her grave, did you not?
Ashes to ashes.
Yes. And you were at her funeral. So what do you remember? Was Mrs. Marr there?
But her friend is nowhere to be seen.
So Mrs. Marr was not at the funeral. That is very interesting. And you saw her being buried, didn't you? You saw her body actually being lowered into the ground.
Turned away from it all like a blind man.
Rats. Sir, I fear you'll have to further enlist your services. We need to exhume the grave of Eliza Bewley.
You want more and you want it fast?
Yes, I know it is an unorthodox request and one I have quite sprung upon you, but I promise you, sir, it is of the utmost importance. You see, today I saw Eliza Bewley at Dudwell Manor. And yet, if Miss Bewley is still alive, I do not believe she is living in Burghill House. I spent the night there last night, you see, and I can tell you, there is no sign of life on the Bewley estate.
Is there life on Mars?
Yeah, that is quite the question. I believe that, for whatever motive I cannot yet discern, Miss Bewley faked her own death and has been living with Mrs. Marr ever since. And that is why I need your help to dig up the grave and prove that the coffin is empty. We can pay you for your services.
Don't want to be a richer man.
Hold on. You like the circus, don't you, Davy, old boy? Bozo the Clown?
He's in the best-selling show.
All sold out. What a shame. But what if we could get you in?
To the seat with the clearest view.
Front row, my friend. Front row.
Sir, we understand that your position comes with a degree of professional responsibility. If you cannot countenance defiling the sacred soil of the churchyard yourself, then could you merely permit us access to the grave? In that case, Major Thomas, a man I'm sure you can agree of utmost repute, can be held fully accountable for all matters related to the digging in the earth.
Ground control to Major Tom.
Precisely!
Do we have a deal?
I'm stuck with a valuable friend.
Good man.
Good, thank you. We will reconvene tonight at 11 at the churchyard.
Right, there. A mist. Clouded like a like clouds. As I arrive at the church, all was silent, but for the odd hooting owl, yipping fox, rutting deer,
see you. Well, listen, can we get going before the wind changes? Yes, thank you.
Stop your lollygagging round, man, and lead away.
Listen, little boy, listen. If it all goes a bit pear-shaped tonight, you don't, as an old army fellow, I mean, happen to have a firearm on you by any chance?
Afraid not, old boy. And even if I did, it wouldn't do any good. You see, I sustained a blow to the head and climbed me up on 54. Ever since then, every time I aim, I hit 2 feet to the left.
What a bizarre and specific affliction.
Yes, it will be important later, I'm sure. There, this is it. Let's get stuck in. The ground is so hard.
Want an axe to break the ice? Rebel, your face is a mess.
That's it. That's it.
Rats! See the mice and their brilliant hordes.
It's not possible. It's the remains of Eliza Bewley. Behold, her terrible sheet-eating grin.
Good Lord, what have we done? Dash it, man, you've gone too far.
Hitting an all-time low.
I admit this is a setback. Eliza Bewley is indeed deceased. But all this local gossip about a ghost and a curse, it's nonsense, Major. Surely it's nonsense. Why? It's nearly midnight. The day is at its end, and no one I know has died. I'm sure there is a rational explanation.
Confound your explanations. Do you know how long it takes to get a new rector? I should be writing to your employers, complaining of your disruptive behaviour in our village. I warn you, such is my anger. I do not know what will come out of my pen.
Capital!
And lowercase. Papa!
Is no one going to move the rector? Someone else play the piano.
If I must. Henri Muddle.
Right, so where was I? Oh, yes. I felt a nameless dread. Every nerve in my body wanted to get away. But I was compelled to return to Burn Hill House by some foresight. I know not what.
Lazy writing.
Tick tock, tick tock.
I collapsed onto the bed. Sleep took me in an uneasy embrace, like a particular particularly handsy co-worker. In my dreams, figures from my past swirled around my mind.
I warned you, Edward. Your curse. Your curse. Your curse.
No, Mrs. Spilkin, no, I didn't mean. Why don't you scuttle off back to London, where you belong? Horace, you fiend, let me be.
I'm floating in a most peculiar way.
I don't know what to say to that.
I didn't supposed to have any lines.
She thinks I don't know. I do know. I always have.
No what? Miss Bewley's secret? Tabitha, come back. You have to tell me. Tabitha.
No, 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 not polyester!
My dream! A dream! A horrible dream!
Dong, dong, dong.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick.
No, it's impossible. For the second night in a row, the clock has stopped at the same precise second. What new devilry is this? The music! The music's coming from down the corridor! Is it the delusions of my mind, or are the eyes of these portraits following me? The music calls me to go through this door, and yet it seems as if the very soul of the house is crying out.
I really wouldn't go in there.
Yeah, not the best idea, mate.
I must see the nursery and a music box. My light! Where's my light?
I ran and ran and ran like my life depended on it. What do you mean? I ran out of that cursed house and down the hill. My mind had cracked in two like an egg. My thoughts were scrambled. Also more like mine an egg. While I was going, I knew not. But I didn't care. I had to get away. I had to get back to London. I had to go. My mind that room.
Oh! Ah!
Hello there, mister.
Tabitha! Oh goodness, I must have been out all night. Where's your mother?
Mummy's round. She's always round. She never lets me be.
Oh, what are you doing out here?
I'm going to find Daddy.
Oh, my poor dear. Listen, your father isn't here. He's in a better place.
Yes, I know. That's the point, silly.
Tabitha! Tabitha, where are you, girl? Oh, it's you. What are you doing skulking around on my land?
My profoundest apologies, madam. I was fleeing Burkill House, you see, in the fog, in the mist. I must have stumbled into your estate by mistake.
That old pile of bricks has really got the better of you, hasn't it? You'd better go back to London before you get hurt.
Mrs. Marwaite, if I may, why were you not at Eliza Bewley's funeral?
Tabitha, go back to the house.
I don't want to.
Now, girl. Now, listen here, London. Well, I don't want to hear any more questions from you. Do you hear me?
I'm terribly sorry, madam. I only thought you may be able to assist my investigation, since you and Eliza were so close.
Close! You want to know why I wasn't at Eliza's funeral? I hated Eliza Bewley.
What? No, you were friends. You and your husband were friends.
Oh,
very sorry, I actually don't follow.
They were adulterers, you oaf.
Good Lord!
And Boris didn't die. Oh, God, no, if only. If only he'd left us. He left us with the mess he made. Even a dog returns to its vomit. Now, buzz off back to London.
That's it! By Jove! That's it!
I ran like my life depended on it, which this time didn't. I ran through the village. I ran as fast as I could. As fast as I
Oh,
could.
God!
All the way up the high street.
Speak.
Sorry!
Going too far. There's a school in this village, you know.
Yep, very sorry again. Sorry. Sorry.
I walked at a reasonable pace, like my life depended on it, all the way to the Beast's Row.
Who shall I make it out to? To my mother, my dog, and clowns. Anything for a fan. Glad you enjoyed the show. Here, take my handkerchief. Thank you. You really made the grade. And your name?
Grr.
The usual spelling?
Molly! Molly! Oh, Molly! Molly, Molly, Molly!
Stop. Can't you see there's a post-show autograph signing going on?
Molly! Molly, 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 Molly!
Oh, please, sir, leave me alone.
You, lady, leave her alone.
Oh, we've come to watch Bozo the Clown in peace.
Really? He doesn't seem very funny.
I'm not in character.
Mrs. Mildew, listen. I've discovered Eliza Bewley's secret. She and Boris Marr were lovers. That's it, isn't it? That's the secret.
Oh, well, if only that were the whole matter.
Oh, really? Well, could you just tell me what it is I'm missing? Because we're nearly at the hour 10 mark.
They had a child. My mistress gave birth just a few weeks before her untimely death. She wanted to raise the poor babe herself, no matter what people in the village might say. She even had a nursery prepared at Berg Hill House. But that Boris was insistent. No one in the world can know about this, says he. He took the child to raise at Dudwell Manor, as if Mrs. Marr were the mother. Well, my poor mistress, it broke her heart. And in her state of grief, well, she forgot to bring in that polyester sheet at night.
So you're saying that poor little Tabitha is...
Tabitha Marr is the daughter of Eliza Bewley. And that Boris, the fiend, he ran away. No one knows what became of him. tell you this, if he should ever show his face in this village again, well, I, for one, oh, I'd tear him limb from limb. Oh. Oh.
Right. There are no more autographs for me to sign. I'll be on my way now. Oh, Christ!
You're Boris Marr?
You? Oh, how could you?
It's true. I ran away to join the circus shortly after Tabitha was born. I'm ashamed of what I did, but I couldn't cope with the seriousness of fatherhood. And the circus was the ideal home for my inherent predisposition for comedy.
You cad, Marr!
How could you leave Tabitha without a father?
You can shut it. Daddy, I want to run away with you.
What?
I want to join the circus. I'm sick of living here with Mummy. She's so angry and vengeful and dead. I want a life where the dreams are as big as the shoes and the worries as small as the bicycle.
Well, my dearest Tabitha, all I can say is, roll up, roll up.
Sorry, did all of that just happen?
Now that you've got all the answers you came here for, you leave Molly alone before I really get angry.
Wait a minute. Well, now that Tabitha's gone, does that mean the curse is broken? Has Eliza Bewley's connection to this world been severed? Oh, don't you see? That means no one else has to die.
Die? What do you mean?
Oh, well, last night at Berg Hill House, I saw Eliza Bewley again, and...
You saw her? Again?
Right, that's it.
Oh, what? No! Come on! Yes! No, get off me! Down! No!
Trapped. 2 feet to the left.
No, please, no. I'm feeling very still. And before too long, I know it's time to go.
Don't talk this way. It's getting annoying. Listen. You're going to pull through this.
Can you hear me, Major Tom?
Yes, I can hear you.
Tell my wife I love her very much. She knows.
She knows, oh boy. She knows.
Davy! It was Davy, wasn't it? We only met the one time.
Leave this village!
Me? But you're the one who...
Your curse that struck him down.
There's been nothing but trouble since you arrived. I quite concur with these gentlemen. This is intolerable. I mean, girl!
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, all of you.
Did I miss anything?
Here is where my woeful story ends. As you can see, how I wish I had a positive message for this cold Christmas Eve, but 2 men died because I couldn't leave well enough alone. And Etchingham still lives under the curse of Eliza Bewley. Sometimes, even now, I still think of that child, Tabitha. I wish I'd spoken one more time. I would have told her that even though her mother was a vengeful spirit, it was because her heart was broken. She loved her daughter very, very much. She just couldn't show it.
Hello again, mister.
Tabitha?
It's good to see you. Mummy, come and say hello.
Oh, a remorseless phantom has tracked me down to extract some terrible vengeance. Help!
Calm down, Mr. Kemp, calm down. Mummy's much less angry these days. Aren't you, Mummy? She's over that phase of striking men dead. We went to family therapy and we ironed a few things out, not least of all her sheets. Oh, and look, all the visitors.
Tom! Davy! Oh!
I've just come to tell you that there's no hard feelings. Isn't that right, boys?
You haven't come to kill me? Oh,
No, you silly man from London. We're all here to thank you for the part you played in our reconciliation. You're right, you know, my mummy does love me very much indeed. She just needed to work on her communication skills. Yes, and on not murdering people. So thank you, Edward Kemp.
you're very welcome.
Oh, and Merry Christmas.
Oh, and Merry Christmas to you, Tabitha. And to you, Miss Bewley, and Tom, and Davy, and a Merry Christmas to you all. What a load of shit. If I may, this is unscripted. Tonight has been down to the remarkable achievement of a fabulous couple from Etchingham. Our playwright, Will, clearly quit the day job and take up writing pure fiction, a talent which he has obviously inherited from a close relative whose name, good Lord, I can't remember. But Will, we want to thank you very much. First for maintaining the tradition of the Etchingham Christmas play, and for providing us with such a fun script that we've enjoyed immensely rehearsing and even performing, and I hope you will enjoy it with them out there as well. And I believe that Mrs. Mildew has something for you. Lifting the words off the page and turning them into a load of sheet is something that requires an entirely different talent. And we have been so fortunate to have had as our director for this play Hannah Moore. To dealing with professionals. If I say the word globe, you'll understand the kind of professionals she's been used to. But she has directed us, a group of amateurs, with kindness, with humour, and with patience. And believe me, this long. Try the patience of a saint. So Hannah, I believe that Tiny Tower has something for you.
Us, because they have taken all of the sheet that we have thrown at them, and there has been a lot, and they have just done it so graciously, and Will and I are so glad that we could step in and continue this tradition. So thank you all.
Thank
Now, as they say, ain't over till the fat lady sings. So Elizabeth, I believe you have one more line.